Bhaktir-bhavati naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is entitled Mother Yashoda Binds Lord Krishna. This Damodar Leela is described in the 9th chapter. I am reading verse number 20. Nemam virincho na bhavo. Nemam virincho na bhavo. Na shrir api anga samshraya. Na shrirapyanga samshraya. Prasadam lebhire gopi. Prasadam lebhire gopi. Yat tat prapa vimuktidat. Yat tat prapa vimuktidat. Nemam virincho na bhavo. Na shrirapyanga samshraya. Prasadam lebhire gopi. Yat tat prapa vimuktidat. Nemam virincho na bhavo. Na shrirapyanga samshraya. Prasadam lebhire gopi. Yat tat prapa vimuktidat. Nemam virincho na bhavo. Na shrirapyanga samshraya. Prasadam lebhire gopi. Yat tat prapa vimuktidat. Nemam virincho na bhavo. Na shrirapyanga samshraya. Prasadam lebhire gopi. Yat tat prapa vimuktidat. Na, not. Imam, this exalted position. Virinchaha, Lord Brahma. Na, nor. Bhavaha, Lord Shiva. Na, nor. Shrihi, the goddess of fortune. Api, indeed. Angasam Shraya, although she is always the better half of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This refers to Lakshmi. Prasadam, mercy. Lebhire, obtained. Gopi, Mother Yashoda. Yattat, as that which. Prapa, obtained. Vimuktidat, from Krishna, who gives deliverance from this material world. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Neither Lord Brahma, nor Lord Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. Please repeat this translation after me. Neither Lord Brahma, nor Lord Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead the deliverer from this material. Such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This is a comparative study between Mother Yashoda and other devotees of the Lord. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, 5th chapter, verse number 142. Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arsaba Bhritya. The only Supreme Master is Krishna, and all others are his servants. Krishna has the transcendental quality of Bhritya Vashyata, becoming subordinate to his Bhritya or servant. Now, although everyone is Bhritya, and although Krishna has the quality of becoming subordinate to his Bhritya, the position of Mother Yashoda is the greatest. Lord Brahma is Bhritya, a servant of Krishna, and he is Adi Kavi, the original creator of the universe, of this universe. Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adi Kavaye. Nonetheless, even he, that is Lord Brahma, could not obtain such mercy as Mother Yashoda. As for Lord Shiva, he is the topmost Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhuhu. What to speak of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva? The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, is the Lord's constant companion in service, since she always associates with his body. But even she could not get such mercy. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was surprised, thinking, what did Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj do in their previous lives by which they got such a great opportunity, the opportunity to be the affectionate father and mother of Krishna? In this verse, there are 3 negative pronouncements. Na, na, na. What are the 3 nas? Nemam virincho, na imam virinchaha. This position of Yashoda was not achieved by Virincha. Virincha means Brahma. Na imam virincho. Na bhavo. Not even by Lord Shiva. Bhava is another name for Lord Shiva. Na bhavo. Na shrir. Na shrir. Api anga samshraya. Not even by Shri. Shri means another name for Lakshmi. Not even by Lakshmi. And what is Lakshmi's position? Anga samshraya. She is always personally serving the Supreme Lord, Anga, his personal body. She is personally serving the Supreme Lord, and she is serving his personal transcendental body. Even she could not get the position that Mother Yashoda got. That is the special. In this verse we find Nale bhire, Nale bhire, Nale bhire. Yet Mother Yashoda is in this supermost exalted position. Brahma could not get, Shiva could not get, Lakshmi could not get what Mother Yashoda got. Supermost exalted position. Thus, Krishna has become completely subordinate to her. Where is this demonstrated? In this Damodar. The word Vimuktidat is also significant. There are different types of liberation, such as Sayujya, Salokya, Sarupya, Sarshti, and Samipya. But Vimukti means special mukti. When after liberation one is situated on the platform of Prema Bhakti, one is said to have achieved vimukti, special mukti. Therefore, the word na is mentioned. That exalted platform of prema is described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as prema pumartho mahan. And Mother Yashoda naturally acts in such an exalted position in loving affairs. She is therefore a Nitya Siddha devotee, an expansion of Krishna's Hladini potency. Hladini potency means pleasure potency. His potency to enjoy transcendental bliss through expansions who are special devotees. This is explained in the Brahma Samhita. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavita. Such devotees are not sadhana siddha. They are nitya siddha, eternally perfect, always perfect. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Why have I chosen this verse today? The answer is given by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada says in the purport to the first verse of this chapter, Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna. What does Prabhupada say? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, quoting from the Vaishnava Toshani of Srila Sanatan Goswami, says that the incident of Krishna's breaking the pot of yogurt means curds, and being bound by Mother Yashoda took place on the Deepavali day or Deepamalika. Even today, this festival is generally celebrated very gorgeously in the month of Kartika by fireworks and lights, especially in Bombay. Prabhupada is writing this sometime in 1977. So, today is the day, 5,000 years back, when Krishna appeared and he was performing his pastime in Vrindavan in Mother Yashoda's house. But he performed this Damodar Leela. Therefore, I have selected this chapter and this verse. So, briefly, the Damodar Leela is narrated by Prabhupada in that same chapter, the summary. One day, the maid servants were engaged in other work. Mother Yashoda was churning the yogurt into butter herself. Mother Yashoda is the queen of Vrindavan. Nanda Maharaj is the king. So she has got a lot of maid servants because they have 9 lakh cows to take care of. Correct? Nanda Maharaj has 9 lakh cows. So lot of maid servants. No machines those days. All manual labor. Correct? So many maid servants are there. Naturally. Queen. But still, because the maid servants in her household work were engaged in some other work, Mother Yashoda was churning the yogurt into butter herself. And in the meantime, Krishna came and requested her to allow him to suck her breast milk. Of course, Mother Yashoda immediately allowed him to do so. But then she saw that the hot milk on the oven was boiling over. And therefore, she immediately stopped allowing Krishna to drink the milk of her breast and went to stop the milk on the oven from overflowing. Krishna, however, having been interrupted in his business of sucking the breast, was very angry He took a piece of stone, broke the churning pot, and entered a room where he began to eat the freshly churned butter. When Mother Yashoda, after attending to the overflowing milk, returned and saw the pot broken, she could understand that this was the work of Krishna, and therefore she went to search for him. When she entered the room, she saw Krishna standing on the ulukhala, a large mortar for grinding spices. We say world kallu, right? Because this is not a world kallu, this is a wooden grinding mortar. That's what is shown there. You can see Krishna bound to the wooden grinding mortar. Having turned the mortar upside down, he was stealing butter hanging from a swing and was distributing the butter to the monkeys. This is Krishna's naughty activities in house of Mother Yashoda. As soon as Krishna saw that his mother had come, he immediately began to run away, and Mother Yashoda began to follow him. After going some distance, Mother Yashoda was able to catch Krishna, who, because of his offense, was crying. Mother Yashoda, of course, threatened to punish him if he acted that way again, and she decided to bind him with rope. Unfortunately, when the time came to knot the rope with which she wanted to bind him was short by a distance equal to the width of 2 fingers. The rope was this much short. When she made the rope longer by adding another rope, she again saw that it was short by 2 fingers. Again and again she tried, and again she found the rope too short by 2 fingers. Extraordinary pastime. Extraordinary. Thus she became very tired, and Krishna, seeing his affectionate mother so tired, allowed himself to be bound. Now, being compassionate, he did not show her his unlimited potency. So this is briefly the pastime. Now let us understand what this verse is telling. Shukadeva Goswami speaking this verse, after narrating this pastime, Shukadeva Goswami says, neither Lord Brahma, nor Lord Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, who's always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. So earlier, Parikshit's question was to Shukadeva Goswami that how is it that Mother Yashoda got the opportunity to serve Krishna by personally feeding him her breast milk? Krishna is not neither an ordinary child, nor is he even in any way dependent on anybody for anything. So how is it that Mother Yashoda could get the position of becoming the mother of Krishna and mother when Krishna was very, very small? Though Krishna was born to Mother Devaki, he accepted Devaki as his mother, but just appeared from her womb. And that's also not a small thing. That's a very exalted position, but not as exalted as Yashoda's position. Because Yashoda was able to feed him her breast milk. Now, why is it specially asked by Parikshit about this feeding breast milk? Because the Bhagavatam says that it is out of love that the mother actually feeds the child her breast milk. So it is a sign of love of the mother for the child, to be able to feed her breast milk to her child. And the child, by drinking the breast milk, Prabhupada explains elsewhere, feels very, very secure in the arms of the mother, the lap of the mother. The child feels very secure. So, Yashoda got this opportunity to feed her breast milk to Krishna. Parikshit was very surprised. So, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains, this is a comparative study between Mother Yashoda and other devotees of the Lord. At least in this material world, the topmost devotees are particularly three of the Supreme Lord. Who are the topmost three devotees? They are mentioned here. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi is present in this world, material world, as the consort of Vishnu. Which Vishnu in this universe? Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, maintainer Vishnu in Shweta Dvipa. So Lakshmi is his consort, his wife. So she is serving him. And serving is Anga Samshraya, his personal body. The Supreme Lord's personal body she is serving. She should be certainly a very exalted devotee. Brahma, he is serving the Lord in the matter of creating this world and also assisting him in the maintenance. Shiva also is serving the Lord in destroying this entire universe at the end of the term of duration of this universe. And he also assists the Lord in maintenance. He has so many positions, multiple positions he has. Brahma has only one position, the leader of the Devatas, the creator, and also the assistant and the maintainer of the affairs of this universe. But Shiva has got multiple roles in this maintenance. So consequently, Shiva has got even greater position than Brahma. And Brahma, of course, is the leader of the Devatas, so he is the topmost among the Devatas in the whole universe. So Brahma, Shiva, and Lakshmi are definitely among everyone in this whole created universe, are the topmost devotees among the created. Of course, Lakshmi is not created. Shiva is not created. Brahma is created by Vishnu himself. But still, Shiva and Lakshmi accept a position as a Devata. Lakshmi accepts the position as the goddess of fortune. Sri Devi. Sri means fortune. So, these three top demigods, they are not as fortunate as Yashoda. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, particularly it is said, Ekale Ishwara Krishna Arsabha Bhritya. Krishna is the only Ishwara, the Lord, the Master, the Supreme Controller. And Arsabha Bhritya, everyone else is his servant. Bhritya means servant. So the only Supreme Master is Krishna, all others are his servants. Krishna has the transcendental quality of Bhritya Vashyata, becoming subordinate to his servant. This is the transcendental quality of Krishna. In the material world, you never find master becomes servant. Never. The master is called as master or remains as a master or is functioning as a master, then he can't function as a servant. Particularly not become a servant of his servant. That he will never become. But in the material world, one peculiarity is, even though somebody may claim I'm a master, he cannot say, I am not servant of anybody. Every master in this material world is also a servant of somebody else. So Prabhupada says, what is the difference between God and us? Everyone has got some position as a master. And Krishna is also the master. But other than Krishna, everybody else is also servant of somebody else. Krishna alone is nobody's servant. He is only the master and the supreme master, master of everybody. Everybody else, without exception, is servant of Krishna. Ar sababhritya ekale Ishvara Krishna. So this being the case, how is that Krishna has the transcendental quality of becoming subordinate to his servant? That is his love. That is his love for his devotee. For his servant, servant means here devotee. Devotees are serving Krishna out of love for him, in reciprocal relationship of his love for the devotees. That's how devotees serve Krishna. That's how they serve it. So, Prabhupada says, everyone is Bhritya. That's a fact. And although Krishna has the quality of becoming subordinate to his Bhritya, still, the position of Mother Yashoda is the greatest among all such devotees. Even among devotees of whom Krishna becomes their servant. Even among such devotees, actually, Mother Yashoda is the greatest. Lord Brahma, Prabhupada says, what is Brahma's position? He is Adi Kavi. Adi Kavi means the original creator of this universe. Brahma is the creator of this entire universe. And he is the original creator. And Shiva, he is the topmost Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam Yathasham. The greatest Vaishnava in this entire universe. And goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, she is also serving. But she is the Lord's constant companion in service. Brahma and Shiva are servants only as long as this material universe is maintained, created, maintained. But after it is destroyed, neither Brahma nor Shiva have the position of being the servant of the Supreme Lord. Whereas Lakshmi, she is eternally the servant of the Supreme Lord as Vishnu or Narayana. Eternally she is the servant. So she is the servant of the Lord when he incarnates here as Vishnu. She is servant of the Lord when he is in the spiritual world as Narayana. She is always the servant of the Supreme Lord. And that also, she is his constant companion in service. So very special position Lakshmi has as compared to Brahma and Shiva. But even she could not get such mercy as Yashoda got. So Parikshit Maharaj is surprised. How could Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj become the mother and father of Krishna and got the special position of being affectionate father and mother, or mother and father of Krishna? Affectionate mother and father. Because Krishna's dealings with his devotees is filled with affection, love. So how could they be loving servitors? So, and that is explained here. that Mother Yashoda is a perfect devotee who is Nitya Siddha devotee. Nitya Siddha devotee. So, that Nitya Siddha devotee are expansions of Krishna, personal expansions of Krishna. So, these personal expansions of Krishna are of two categories: expansions of his personal form and expansions of his uh, personal energy, internal energy. Internal energy. That internal energy is special energy of Krishna that is like he himself. Internal energy of Krishna is like Krishna himself, the person Krishna. And of course, the personal expansions of Krishna are Krishna himself. Like Vishnu, Narayana, Narsimha, Vamana, all are personal expansions of Krishna, expansions of his personal form. So they are other forms of Krishna, the same person Krishna, present in unlimited forms. Ananta Rupam, Advaitam, all are non-different. All the incarnations of Krishna, specifically his plenary expansions, are Krishna himself in different forms. Whereas the expansions of his internal potency, his spiritual potency, his personal energy are the associates of Krishna in his Leela in the spiritual world. Expansions of his internal potency. Like the Surabhi cows, they are expansions of his internal potency. So Krishna is cow herding in the spiritual world the Surabhi cows. In the Brahma Samhita, it is described. Chintamani prakara sadmasu kalpavriksha lakshavruteshu surabhirabhipalayantam. Lakshavruteshu. Here, laksha doesn't mean lakh. Lakhs of cows. He is surrounded by lakhs of cows, whom he is personally tending. Personally tending. So those cows are his loving devotees. And they give, Prabhupada says, oceans of milk. Prabhupada says, Surabhi cow, you can milk as many times as you want, as much as you want. This is Surabhi cow. So these are the type of cows Krishna is tending, not ordinary cows. Not some conditioned souls who got cow's body in this material world. No. He's tending Surabhi cows. So they are expansions of Krishna's internal potency. Mother Yashoda. The cowherd boys who are playing with Krishna, climbing on his shoulders, they are also expansions of his internal potency. The gopis, Radharani, Lalita, Vishaka, they are also expansions of his internal potency. They're all expansions. So, therefore, Mother Yashoda is a expansion of Krishna's internal potency, and she is a Nitya Siddha devotee. Such devotees are called Nitya Siddha devotees. They're eternally perfect. Whereas the devotees in this material world who are created beings, okay, they are conditioned souls. Created beings are conditioned souls. And they can become perfect devotees by sadhana. By sadhana, practicing sadhana. Sadhana means practice of bhakti. Sadhana bhakti, practice of bhakti. So somebody like Brahma, of course, again, Shiva and Lakshmi, as I told, are not created beings. They are eternal devotees of Krishna. But Shiva is eternal devotee in the sense that Krishna's pastimes are always going on in the material world, in some universe or the other. So Shiva accompanies Krishna everywhere, in every universe. So every universe, Shiva is one person. Many universes, many Brahmas and many Shivas. But the many Shivas are not different persons, one person only. Many Vishnus, maintainer Vishnus in every universe, there's a Vishnu, maintainer, destroyer Shiva. So the Shiva and Vishnu are not different persons, one person only, in many, many forms, many, many expansions. The same Shiva, same person Shiva. So he is not a Jiva. Shiva is not a Jiva. Vishnu is not Jiva. Lakshmi, she is the constant companion of Vishnu. She is also not different persons. She is the same person in every universe as the Lakshmi, constant companion, wife of Lord Vishnu. So that Lakshmi also is not a Jiva. She belongs to the category of internal potency. She belongs to the category of internal potency. Brahma and Shiva don't belong to the category of internal potency. Brahma belongs to the Jiva category, marginal potency. And Shiva belongs to a special, Shiva has a special position. He is not belonging to the internal potency of Krishna. He is not an expansion of Krishna's personal form, but he is a Gunavatara. He is a Gunavatara. He is an incarnation of the Tamoguna, the energy of the Lord. He's a incarnation energy of the Lord, but this energy is not the internal potency of Krishna. So he is a kind of in-between position between Vishnu and Jiva, Brahma, between Vishnu and Brahma, between Vishnu and the Jivas, Supreme Lord and the Jivas. So he is in a category of his own called Shiva Tattva. Shiva Tattva. So Shiva is also not an ordinary person, neither a created being. Lakshmi is also not. But even Shiva and Lakshmi, and of course Brahma also, none of them are as fortunate as Mother Yashoda as regards Krishna performing his pastimes and these devotees rendering confidential service to Krishna by participating in his Leela. You read the Bhagavatam, so many instances, Shiva is part of Krishna Leela, whichever universe it is going on. Shiva is a constant companion of Shiva, Krishna in his pastimes. Shiva also participates in the pastimes of the other incarnations, Narsimha Leela, Vaman Leela, every Leela, Shiva is a constant participant. Brahma is also a constant participant, but each universe Brahma is a different person. A different person. So in this universe, our Brahma, he participated in Krishna's Leela when Krishna appeared 5,000 years back. But he is fortunate to be participating in Krishna's Leela, even though he is himself a created being. Even though he himself is, by birth, he is a conditioned soul. By seva, he has become a pure devotee. By service to Krishna, Vishnu, he has become pure devotee. But by birth, he is a conditioned soul, Brahma. Shiva has no birth. So Shiva is never a jiva, neither is a conditioned soul. It's a liberated personality, always. And he is not a jiva. He doesn't have to strive for liberation. So he's always liberated, eternally existing as Shiva. But he gets the opportunity of serving Krishna only in the material world. He has no opportunity to serve Krishna in the spiritual world. Of course, that's not a disqualification of, that's not a handicap for Shiva. He's still regarded as an eternal servant of Krishna, eternal devotee of Krishna. Though he serves Krishna in the material world. And Lakshmi, she is of course the constant companion of Supreme Lord in his various forms. Lakshmi is always the companion of the Supreme Lord. But and she serves the Lord both in the material world and the spiritual world. But she is also not as fortunate as Yashoda, because she never got the opportunity to render that kind of loving service that Mother Yashoda renders to Krishna. So therefore it is said here, Nale bhire, nale bhire, nale bhire, na virinchi, na bhavo, na shri. They did not get. So the exalted position of Mother Yashoda is being described here. So in this Leela also, Damodar Leela, Krishna in the beginning, to teach us that he is not an ordinary child or ordinary covered boy, he is unable to be caught by Mother Yashoda. After she became tired, because of his love for her, he submitted to her. Yes, I am an offender, you punish me. But Mother Yashoda, when she went to punish Krishna, she was carrying one stick. She saw the child is so afraid. And out of her love for a child, she threw away the stick. No, I cannot punish him by beating him with the stick. So, but still she decided this naughty child has to be restrained. So she decided, I'll tie him. Tying is no kind of pain for the child. She just tie him to the grinding mortar. When she tried to tie him, actually the rope was enough. But Krishna, in order to show to us, demonstrate to us that he is the unlimited Supreme Lord, the rope was not enough. And how much ever she tried to increase the length of the rope, she could never tie Krishna. It is always short by 2 fingers. So these 2 fingers is also explained. Why short by 2 fingers? Acharyas have explained that Krishna agrees to be bound only because Mother Yashoda wanted to bind him. Therefore, he agreed to be bound. Mother Yashoda wanted, his pure devotee wants to bind him. That is 1 finger, indicating that the desire of his devotees who are Vrutyavashyata, who out of love, Krishna becomes subordinate to them. Okay. Second is, unless Krishna agrees to be bound, he cannot be bound. That is the second figure. So both are required. The devotee's desire to bind Krishna, Mother Yashoda's desire to bind Krishna, and Krishna's desire to get bound by Mother Yashoda. So in that Damodar Ashtaka we sing every evening this month, Damodar month. The devotee is praying. Damodar Ashtaka is a prayer by a devotee. That he's praying that Mother Yashoda bound you not with some rope, but she bound you because we know rope could not, she could not bind him with the rope. That he demonstrated. So what is she binding him with, if not the rope? She is binding him by her love. Prema. So it is, Krishna is bound by the love of his devotees. Always he is bound by the love of his devotees. So to demonstrate that, Krishna performed this Damodarli. So that is, the Leela took place today, Deepavali day. So that's why, and we generally people celebrate Deepavali 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. But we celebrate Deepavali for 1 month. 15 days before Deepavali and 15 days after Deepavali. So Deepavali comes exactly on Amavasya. So 15 days before is the previous Purnima. So we began this Deepotsav the previous Purnima. The previous Purnima is 17th of October, previous Purnima. And it ends 15 days after Deepavali. After Deepavali, the next Purnima is actual Kartik Purnima. So that Kartik Purnima, Ashwayuja Purnima, or Ashwina Purnima to Kartik Purnima. Purnima to Purnima is 1 month. So this Deepavali comes in between this month. We call this month as Damodar month. We perform Damodar. So why Purnima to Purnima? Somebody may say, why Purnima to Purnima? Why 1 month? So that is also got a very interesting significance that these 2 Purnimas are called Sharad Purnima. Because these 2 months, Ashwina and Kartika months, in Karnataka you say Ashwija and Kartika months. These are 2 months of the Sharad season. Sharad season in Vrindavan is very special. Sharad season is special everywhere in India. But in Vrindavan it is very special. That is autumn season. Autumn season, the lotuses bloom after heavy rains, after rainy season. Because previous to the Sharad season was the Varsha Rutu. Shravana Bhadra is Varsha Rutu. So after Varsha Rutu, see, during the rain, the lakes and ponds in which water was either depleted or it had become empty, the lakes and ponds will all be filled up with water, fresh water. But due to heavy rain, sometimes the mud will also flow into the lakes and the ponds. So the water will be little appearing muddy. But moment autumn comes, autumnal rain is such that rain falls directly on the already filled lakes and ponds, and it falls in such a way that if any dirt is there, the dirt will be thrown out. So it cleanses the lakes and ponds, this autumnal rain. So nowadays we don't see that so meticulously, that Sharat rain, Nakshatra Male, they say. All that is not regular nowadays in Kali Yuga. But in previous yugas, these rains used to come perfectly according to schedule. And this autumnal rains will clean up any dirt that may be there, some mud may be there in the lakes and ponds and all the water bodies which are like still water bodies. So autumn season, Sharad season, the lakes and ponds are crystal clear water. And the lotuses bloom in this crystal clear water very beautifully. Because even in rainy season, the lotuses are growing. But heavy rain comes and the lotus will become little, affected. The bloom will not be perfect, the bloom lotus. Whereas autumn season, only the beginning of autumn season, there is just 1 shower. That's all. To clean up the lakes. After that, no more showers. Rainy season is over, already over. Autumn season, no rain. So in such a Sharat season, Krishna enjoys the Rasa dance, especially on Rasa Purnima, Sharat Purnima, two Sharat Purnimas, the 2 months of the Sharat season. So both those Purnimas, Krishna enjoys Rasa dance. Therefore, we celebrate Deepotsav from that Rasa Purnima to Rasa Purnima, to Rasa Purnimas. The entire month we celebrate Deepotsav. And stop here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.